Please be seated. First, good morning. Welcome. Today, we're going to perform the Vajrasattva initiation. This particular Vajrasattva, each master have their own tradition. This is called the Pamatupa tradition. So this comes from the Lord Pamatupa through the lineage. So also Vajrasattva is the part of the Ngondo practice. And there's a kind of conversation going on. There's some saying is the Ngondo, like Vajrasattva, Guru Yoga, no need empowerment. And some said need empowerment. But I think need empowerment. There's a reason. Ngondo is a part of the deity. For example, Chakra Sambhavara, there's a called the preliminary practice. One is called the common preliminary practice. Common preliminary practice means that it's just common to every Buddhism, not necessarily just a Vajrayana. Anyone is a common, So for that, not necessary to have to get the empowerment, like taking refuge, generating bodhicitta, meditating on the four immeasurable. Those are common practice. So you don't need to receive the empowerment, not necessary. But when it comes to the Vajrasattva, Mandala, Guru Yoga, those are uncommon preliminary practice. So uncommon means they only belong to the Vajrayana. So if that is belong to the only Vajrayana, then Vajrayana must receive the empowerment. Without the empowerment, Vajrayana system, in the tradition of Vajrayana, you're not allowed to enter into the text, like including practice. So that reason, I think those like Vajrasattva and Guru Yoga, you must need empowerment. Then you may think, oh, then there's no really mention about the empowerment in the Ngondo. Actually, Ngondo was a part of the deity yoga. It's not separate from the Chakra Sambhavara. For example, in our it's a Chakra Sambhavara. So Ngondo is a part of that. In the ancient and earlier, there's no separate retreat for Ngondo. There's no separate Ngondo retreat for just doing Ngondo alone. So that reason, I think nobody said must need empowerment. And the second is most of people practitioner who goes to the retreat, they already received the empowerment and transmission, already received the most of empowerment transmission, because most of who go to the retreat, they are senior practitioner, go to the retreat. So they already received those, so that way there are not much discussion on going on, because most of people who already receive. Make sense? Like not like Western, newly entering into the Buddhism and try to get something. So I think that those reasons, when it comes to the Vajrasattva and Guru Yoga, we need to receive empowerment. I think so. It's necessary. One is that one. And I think that reason for the Ngondo, part of the Ngondo Vajrasattva, I think if you receive the Vajrasattva empowerment, it's better, because in the Vajrayana, without the ripening empowerment, cannot give the instruction. That's the Vajrayana rule. Because reason is through the empowerment tool, you will gain the some degree of knowledge about the Vajrayana. That way, when you receive the actual instruction, you will not become confused of a certain point, because a certain point of the Vajrayana teaching is really easy to can make mistake, misunderstand. One is that one, and two is through the empowerment, you transform your 5 aggregate as a 5 Buddha family. So that way you are no longer ordinary beings. You already transform to the deity's form. So that way, and then you allow to receive the instruction, and you allow to see the actual mandala. Like when you when they perform like a chakra sambhavara, kala chakra, those empowerment, we only allow to out in the mandala, actually mandala, after the empowerment is finished. So then you allow to go to the actual mandala. I can see these days lots of people doing the mandala on the kind of like a public show. It's actually when come to the Vajrayana, really mandala, you're not allowed to do that one. So you have to go through the ritual, to and purify yourself, and prepare yourself to that can enter into the mandala. So it's mean like some kind of you need some kind of qualified to. I mean, I think similar like these days, if you go to the like special office, like White House or somewhere, you go to the background check. So through the empowerment, you have to some degree of background checking, because if you're not qualified, what is called not qualified mean that if you have a really bad concept, misunderstand, then it is not qualified to receive further instruction, because it get worse. Make sense? So Dharma is not making you worse person. Dharma is not about the increasing your negative emotion. Dharma is about reducing our negative emotion. If something is causing our negative emotion is increasing, and shouldn't do that one. Doesn't matter which is related to the Dharma or not. So that way sometime because of without the proper instruction, proper instruction, you may get misunderstand in the Dharma. Then so that reason I think this is like rapini empowerment. Empowerment is just basically introducing your 5 aggregate as a 5 Buddha family. Or another way is empowerment mean that your body, speech, mind of ordinary transforming to the deity's Vajra body, Vajra speech, Vajra mind. So that is what is empowerment mean. So once you go through the proper ritual instruction, then you allow to enter into the mandala of the sacred place of the mandala. I think those reasons you have to receive the empowerment to get into the practice of the Vajrayana. So that is what is in the meaning of tantric mention that one. So first, we receiving the empowerment, we have to, I mean, this is not just only empowerment, any Dharma, we have to examine our motivation. We have to examine why I'm receiving this one, for what purpose. Because if you have wrong reasons, wrong motivation, then even as entering into the mandala, it's become a negative. Like for example, the wisdom. Wisdom is a key to the liberation. Yeah. Without the wisdom, you're not going to gain the liberation. Without the wisdom, you're not going to succeed in life, whatever, I mean, mundane way or super mundane way. But at the same time, if you have a really negative, motivation, then that wisdom can become really dangerous. If you are the most, that wisdom is supported by the positive motivation, then that wisdom becomes wonderful. So like because of the wisdom, some people become evil. Yeah, those evil beings, they are not really dumb. They're really smart. but lack of the motivation, lack of the kind heart, so they become evil. But then on the other hand, because of the wisdom, you can be liberated from the samsara, but need the support of the motivation of bodhicitta. So that reason we have to check our intention about why we're receiving this empowerment, why we want to practice dharma, why we want to recite the mantra. So every single things you have to examine it. Even you're sleeping, even you're eating, you have to make sure you have a right reason. Because if you go to sleep with a negative thought, whole night is becoming negative. If you eat with a bad, wrong intention, your food is becoming poison. Make sense? So that reason, first, anything what we start, we have to examine our intention. So there's, most of you heard this one. In Tibet, there was one monk in the retreat, and when he was in the retreat, and he heard next day some neighborhood, town people want to visit him. And that morning he wake up early and prepare his shrine. He cleaned the shrine, make really nice looking the shrine. And everything perfect, and he sit down. Then he examined why he did that one, why he cleaned. So his cleaning is a wrong reason. So because he want to show the impression, impress like those audience, So he said when he realized this one, he went out, pick up a handful of dust, throw in the outer, shrine, and he sit down. So later, one Indian master came to Tibet. He said, in Tibet, one of the best offering is his handful of dust. Reason is when he was cleaning the shrine, it's a wrong reason. But when he throw the dust in the shrine, that time he cleaned his heart. Make sense? So our Dharma is the main purpose of Dharma is for that. If it's not working that way, then just you maybe go to concert or movie or something is better. Unless you're not going to have those emotions, you're free from those emotions. You're just, you're wasting life, but at the same time, it's not going to make it negative, actually, So I think, so this reason, so just first check the intention. Now, intention is when we check intention, especially this is a Vajrayana, we have to have altruistic motivation. Like if you looked at this number, how many people have an interest in and faith into the Dharma? In a small, really, really small number. Within those small number of beings who have a faith and interest in the Dharma, how many actually get chance to practice the Dharma? How many people actually have a freedom to practice the Dharma? And that is really small. Like a normal people, every day, if you get 1 hour, 2 hours, that's like a peak, your time of practicing. From the 24 hours. So when you compare to the 24 hours and 1 hour is nothing, 1 hour, basically. Make sense? So that is to show us that we are really degeneration. Yeah. And nowadays, even that 1 hour disturbed by your phone. Yeah, there always be distraction, So that is showing us our freedom is really small. Make sense? To practice the Dharma, there are lots of obstacles. So right now we get this freedom, we get this capacity to can practice the Dharma. We have to cherish with that. We have to recognize that precious one. That if you can recognize yourself on that preciousness, that's called the precious human body. Then you truly have a precious human body. Then you can call yourself Rinpoche. That's the Tibetan language. English called the precious, Tibetan called the Rinpoche. You can be yourself Rinpoche. We Tibetan, we call the Milu Rinpoche. It means the precious human body. So when we're wasting our life for silly things, then it's called a jurbu, mili jurbu. It means the silly human life. Jurbu is kind of like non-meaning, just wasting. We think that we're pursuing our career or whatever is people say is no matter how much you build, it never be forever for you. Some people work for other actually. You build things and you're gone and somebody will enjoy. So that's my plan to around TMC. I will try to make nice. Then when I'm gone, I hope someone can enjoy that one. Really, I mean, that's just life. So same time, so that way, this is short life if we can do something. Also, now we cannot be too selfish. Why? Because if you look at samsara, especially that you try to watch the news and how many suffering going on around, and those are suffering related to some degree of their karma. Actually, without the karma, they're not going to suffer. I'm not saying they deserve it. Some people don't misunderstand on that. I'm not saying. So those karma are created. We don't know. Maybe they created that kind of karma for our sake. Make sense? Maybe they're in the past life, our parent, they are. So our sake, they created that negative karma. So now they are facing the consequences of that negative karma. So that means that we have a responsibility about protecting from that consequences. Yeah. So that is a way we have to think at all mother sentient beings. Not just only liberate for your own sake. You have to liberate every sentient beings. Sake of every sentient beings. That is how we have to all trust to motivation, because right now, if you may think, oh, I have now responsibility over rest of sentient beings. My responsibility is myself. We may think that way, but we don't know how they created that negative karma to reborn in the hell realm, hungry ghosts, animal realms. I'm not saying it's all because of us, but it's possible. It's possible they created negative karma because of us. It's possible. Make sense? So just think as they created negative karma because of me. So I have the responsibility to liberate them from this negative result, negative realm. Make sense? That is what is altruistic motivation means. So whatever I do, I want to do for their sake. Whatever I do, I want to do for their benefit. So when you think that one, don't worry about the you dividing your merit to that way you get less. Actually, your merit will increase from there. You get more. Come to the money, when you share, you get less. Yeah, your share is small. When it comes to the merit, more you share, more you get. Like when you recite the one Omane Peme Hum for your own sake, you recite the one Omane Peme Hum. But if you recite the one Omane Peme Hum, sake of every sentient beings, you recite the countless Omane Peme Hum. Make sense? That reason why it's called the bodhicitta is so powerful. So with this, we have to said I want to receive this initiation for mother sentient being, benefit of mother sentient being who are suffering in the samsara, and every one of them wishing to be happy, but they don't know how to create the cause to happiness. And every one of them are wishing to be free from suffering, but they always constantly making cause of suffering because of the delusion, because of the ignorance. So that reason we have a responsibility of how to liberate them from the suffering. Because why we have a responsibility? Because we are, we got this opportunity. We got this opportunity. Like if there's one family have one person got a good job, or one person got good education. That person have a responsibility of looking after all the family. Make sense? So same thing is we get this life chance to meet with the Dharma, have interest with the Dharma, have a faith with the Dharma, and have freedom to practice the Dharma. We have all the favorable condition. When we have this favorable condition, we must use that as a right way. We don't waste that. You know, like if somebody give you really delicious apple, you will eat that one. Don't keep, because if you keep, one day it will rotten and not going to be useful. Same thing as if we not use this precious human body, one day become a rotten, you know, and it's called, so this is, and if we don't become meaningful human beings, this is you know, one, we not repaying the kindness of our parents, how hardship they went through. Two, we're not paying our funeral expensive. You know, it's not easy. So we must do something that when somebody doing to you, they will gain some benefit too. So that way we have to be try to be meaningful life. The life, whatever this short one is, try to use with a meaningful way to make sure that don't waste. So here today we're going to have a Vajrasattva initiation. This Vajrasattva I mean, this is all Buddha is the same. Vajrasattva was also like us at the beginning, but he made altruistic motivation. He dedicated, he or she, whatever, and pursued that liberation and reached to the nirvana. So Vajrasattva make the aspiration prayer, and his prayer is fulfilled. So this one is, I want to tell you, lots of people do the prayer. Yeah, we do prayer every day. We do prayer, but our prayer is not fulfilling. Why? Lots of time our prayer not answered. How long took Vajrasattva to answer his prayer, to fulfill his prayer? Many eons. What he did those many eons, he accumulated merit. You know, so the prayers not come with a free answer. Make sense? So like Amitabha make the prayer. It's called a 500 different type of prayer. So from that prayer of vow, he made the vow to fulfilling, accomplishing that vow took many eons. So we pray right now, but we don't do that what called the devotion? No, accumulation of merit. So that way our prayer not answering lots of time. So we have to continue. So why I'm saying is Vajrasattva make the prayer or a vow, said, until I become that anyone call my name and purified all their negative karma, I don't want to become a Buddha. So I want to become a Buddha that have quality to purify every sentient being's negative karma. Anyone who call my name, recite my mantra. One is that one. That way, Vajrasattva we use in the purification. Two is a Vajrasattva embodiment of all Buddhas. So when come to the Buddha family, we have there's a 5 family, yeah. Tathagata family, Vajra family, Jewel family, Lotus family, Karma family. That's a 5 individual family. All those 5 family compounded is called the 6th family. That is the Vajrasattva. So Vajrasattva is the embodiment of all the Buddha and Bodhisattvas. When Vajrasattva make that aspiration prayer, all the Bodhisattva, all the Buddha offer him some offer him the crown, some offer him the seat, some offer him the jewel, some offer him the garment. Some so those all is his Sabokaya ornament is offered by those 5 Buddha family. Some offer him the palace. So that is showing as their own support or whatever, So that way, Vajrasattva is a most powerful for the purification than anyone else. So now you have to think this way. Yeah. Do I need the purified or not? Do I need the purification or not? Definitely. Why? Because we are in the samsara. Long as we are in the samsara, we have something to purify. We're not free from the faults. We're not free from the obscurations. We're not free from the obstacles. So definitely there's something purified because of that reason we're in the samsara. Even we don't recollect that those mistakes, whatever called. Yeah. So I think this reason we need to purify it, and this for the purification. One of the supreme Vajrasattva is one of the supreme object to be purified. Why? Because if you purified front of the Vajrasattva, is equal to purifying front of the every Buddha of the 10 direction. That reason why Vajrasattva is called the Lord of the Purification. And so this is called the single, I wrote the English, Tibetan called the Sangchen Rishi. So the 6th family is called single family of the great sacred. The Vajrasattva is called the Sangchen Rishi in Tibetan. It means the what called the single family of all of a great sacred, mean the single family, mean the compounded of the all other family. So family mean also is talking about the enlightened body, speech, mind, quality, activity. Those are 5 family. Yeah. So Bharjana is an enlightened body. Amitabha is enlightened speech. Akshobhya is enlightened mind. Ranasambhava is enlightened quality. Amoghasiddhi is enlightened activities. So all the enlightened body, speech, mind, quality, and activity compounded is become a Vajrasattva. That is what means the single family of the sacred. What to say? You said the great sacred. Great sacred. Yeah, that is what is in Tibetan word called the Sangchen Rishi. So that reason we have then. So this one is a lineage in the Pamodrupa bestow his heart son Jedesungum, and Jedesungum was renowned as a lineage holder of the Pamodrupa, and from the Jedesungum to until come to our holiness, with the Digun lineage. And it's called the golden pure, what called the golden rosary, lineage of the golden rosary. So what is the golden rosary? Gold, symbol of the gold is why it's called the gold, because the gold, no matter how much stay underground, it never rust. So this is showing as a pure lineage. They are not rust of a broken samaya. Make sense? That is what is a pure lineage mean, heart to heart. They come through. So that way, this if there's a broken, then we'll not receive the lineage from the original one. There's no lineage. Make sense? So origin have to go, everything is in the Buddhism have to go to Shakyamuni Buddha. So that reason we need this origin one. There's called a stainless confess tantra. There's one tantra, his name is stainless confess tantra. Said, essence of all the Tathagata's heart, this essence of all the Tathagata's heart will be restored the damage. Toti mean the obscuration of the realization. So there's a 100-syllable mantra. If you recite this single-pointedly, 100,000, even the heinous crime can purify it. They said. So this reason in that we have this 100,000, 1 to 100,000 numbers come from because of the Vajrasattva. Said in the Vajrasattva Tantra said, if you recite the Vajrasattva mantra one single-mindedly, single-mindedly, any obscuration, even the heinous crime can purify it. At least, if you recite the every day, end of the day, 21 times, it's called the blessed negative. It means that it not increase because of that mantra. So otherwise, actually negative, whatever we do one time, it will not confess, it will increase. But if you recite that 21 times of Vajrasattva mantra, at the end of the day, it's called the Tungwa Chinkilapa. It means the blessed that negative, and it will not increase. It kind of like a reduce, make less effective. Can say, yeah.
Reduce the interest.
Reduce the interest and become less. Okay, so that is the story. Now, here first preparation of this one is called purification. So when we recite the 100-syllable mantra, you receive this water as a purification of your body, purifying to invite it. Like when you want to invite in the deity into you, first you have to purify your body, speech, mind. So you receive this on your left hand, and when we say, and harp is a sip, and harp is put on the crown. This is showing us a purifying the inside and outside. Normally when we're washing only outside, yeah, our body, but this one is a sipping, is a kind of washing inside. What is inside mean? The mind, yeah. So that is the reason we have to do this one. Torment to the yek obstacles. So I think you already know this. The Dharma to the obstacle mean this planet we share many beings, including the last spirit. Spirit are like a mood is like human being. Some are interesting with the Dharma, some really don't like Dharma. Some like human being, we have some really hate the Dharma. Don't want to hear the sound of Dharma. Don't want to see the monks' robes. They get really angry. So some spirit have some kind of that kind of attitude. Really. So we have to make the peace with them. So what we do is we offer them this food of Dharma, and just said we want to perform the ritual here, and you enjoy with this and go far. So that way you don't have to suffer by hearing Dharma. And we don't have to suffer by your obstructed, because spirit, because of that negative energy, when they stay around us, even they don't want to harm us, it becomes negative. Make sense? Like when fire have no intention to burn, but if your hand is really close, it will burn you. The same, so that environment make you that suffering. So whenever that spirit come near you, especially with those kind of negative energy, and it make you suffering too. So I'm not saying they always want to harm you. I don't think so that is the case. But sometimes it happens because of their environment, their whatever what is go with them. Make sense? So like if some really angry person come around you, it makes you really fearsome. If you have nothing to do with that person, it makes you scared. Same way that those spirits, when they come around you, and it can cause to problem, even they don't have intention to want to harm you. Yeah. So like in Tibet, sometimes we have this kind of. One time, one of my cousin, he got spirit into him. He's one of his family member who passed away, and it made him like, then he's talking, but spirit just want to see him. Make sense? He said just waiting someone, and he saw his nephew walking around, so he came with the nephew. But spirit thought he's coming with the nephew, but what is God is it that spirit got into his body, then of course there's a lot of problem. Yeah. So that reason sometimes those spirit have this kind of environment within themselves. So that reason we need to making offering. So why I'm saying this one is because sometimes people think, oh, they are obstacles, evil spirit. We use as an evil spirit. Then because of their evilness, we become evil. Yeah, how become evil is it? We get angry toward them. We get resentment toward them. We get upset with them. Then we become the same with them. So there's no point to be removing them, because you have to remove yourself. So I think we have to do with this compassion, kind-heartedly. So that is what is the dharma. So what I'm saying is don't follow to the word of name as a dharma, as a gig dharma, as an obstacle dharma. It's just think as this is a peacemaker dharma. So when we said here, please bring me into the great city of liberation. So how to bring to the great city of liberation? There's a first we have to accumulate the merit, as earlier I mentioned. Only liberation, bring to the liberation as a result of the accumulation of the merit. So here there's 5 different branch way to accumulate the merit. And the first one is called take a refuge to the 3 jewels. So this one is when we're talking about the refuge of the 3 jewels, is a refuge as a Mahayana refuge, Buddha as the Dharmakaya, Dharma as a on Bodhicitta, and Sangha as a great Bodhisattva who are 8 above Bhumi. Those are 3 jewels of the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha of the Mahayana. Without the taking refuge, it's not become part of the Buddhism. So when we said I want to take refuge to the take refuge, this is basically I think similar refuge. You can say every religion have similar refuge. Yeah. Similarly, but in the Buddhism is different. Is saying is when we said I want to take refuge to the Buddha, basically saying is I want to become a Buddha. There's only 2 kinds of Buddhas. One is outside Buddha, like Shakyamuni, who already become Buddha. One is inside, which within you. So you asking Buddha to help me to awake my Buddha. That's what mean the take a refuge. We're not like asking Buddha to solve our problem. We're not asking to Buddha to, do our job. We're not asking Buddha to, just bless. Okay. So simply saying is I want to become a Buddha like you, like your name, like your retinue, like your quality, like your sign, like your, teachings. So that is how what it means that taking refuge to the Buddha. So this one is when we come to the refuge, normally Buddha is called the causal refuge and resultant refuge, normally divided into two. Causal refuge means that we have to rely on the someone who already enlightened, like what we rely on right now as a Shakyamuni Buddha. Because without the Shakyamuni Buddha's teaching, there's no Buddhism. Sometimes people don't take as a Shakyamuni as a really serious. They take more serious with the Guru Rinpoche, Milarepa, Jitesungpa, those are more serious. Yeah, that is a mistake. Without the Shakyamuni Buddha, there's no Guru Rinpoche, there are no Milarepa, there's no Jitesungpa. All those come later because of the Shakyamuni Buddha's instruction, because of the Shakyamuni Buddha's teachings. So we have only one Buddha. That's called the Shakyamuni Buddha in this eon, in this time. So that's the causal refuge. Without the Buddha's instruction, we never have a chance to awake inner our Buddha. Okay, so that's the causal refuge, mean the Shakyamuni Buddha for us right now. The resultant refuge means that through the Shakyamuni Buddha's instruction, when we awake our inner mind, awake from the delusion ourselves, then we will reach to the liberation. That is called the inner resultant refuge. Make sense? So that is Buddha of the inner Buddha. So Buddha always said himself, light your own lamp. Awake from the delusion. No. So that is what means the taking refuge. Then once we took refuge to the Buddha and make the commitment to want to become a Buddha, now you need the solution. You need the path to how to get there. Buddha is not going to get through the just prayer. Buddha was not going to gain through the recite to the mantra. Buddhahood is not going to gain through the just hoping, have devotion. Have to follow to the path, step by step. Like when you're traveling, some people walk, some people take car, some people fly. Yeah. Similarly, we have a Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana. But distance of the travel is the same. Some travel slowly, some faster, some really quick, but distance is the same. Places go to same. You go to from here to what called like California, for example. If you walk, it will take long time. If you drive, it'll take less long. Yeah. If you fly, only a few hours, 5 hours. So, but you will get there. Some point, but the difference. So same is like what is the difference between the Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana is similar like that. Distance is the same place, but method is a different. Make sense? So that is I think different. So that's called the path. And actually path is the same. It doesn't matter your Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana. It's called the path, it's called the 3 trainings. You practicing Theravada, you are practicing Mahayana, you practicing Vajrayana, you have to follow those 3 trainings. Training of the morality and training of the samadhi. From those 3 trainings, training of the samadhi and training of the wisdom. Most important is those 2 trainings, training of the samadhi and training of the wisdom. And those 2 training must supported by the 2 method and wisdom. It's in the Mahayana and Vajrayana system, we call the compassion and emptiness. Because generally through 3 trainings, training of the morality, training of the samadhi, training of wisdom is common to all the Indian religions. Everyone have that. Hindu have that one, Jainism have that one. Every religion come from India, they have those 3 trainings. Buddhism different is those 3 training with the compassion and emptiness. Then it become a distinguishing Buddhism practice of the 3 training. So following to the 3 training, or on the other hand, called the 8 noble path. In the Theravada tradition, they use as 8 noble path. Mahayana tradition called the 6 paramita. But both are practice of the 3 training. So it's a different name, different way, but it's a practice as always be same as the 3 trainings. So that is the path, also all called the Dharma. Yeah. Then Sangha means the person who practicing that one. Somebody already practice, who already have experience. So that experience can guide you. That experience can lead you, help you to take there. So that is what is Sangha means. So that is how we take refuge to the 3 jewels: Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So that one is the first taking refuge. And the second one, as I said, confessing all the wrongdoing. We have to confess all wrongdoing. So confessing wrongdoing, we will discuss next 2 days, how to confess. Also this afternoon comes some with the Vajrasattva practice, and tomorrow and day after tomorrow, I'm going to talk about how to confess with the 4 powers. So today we'll not go through that detail. Okay, that is a confess. We have to confess. Without the confessing, cannot be free from the negative karma. We have to confess. And also, there's another way, skillful way you can accumulate the merit is a rejoice. For Dharma practitioner, one of the emotion easy to come is jealous and pride. Easy to come and really difficult to recognize. More than any other emotion, I think those 2 are easy. Sometimes we think those emotions are part of our practice, part of our responsibility. So because it's so difficult to recognize it, we think that is a love to our Lama, love to our center, love to our community. Then we increasing jealousy and pride. Make sense? That's possible to happen. So that way, as one of Drupal master said, Sengda Rinpoche, he said, is a Dharma practitioner really easy to arise, and difficult to recognizing is emotion is a jealous and pride. So how to eliminate that one is rejoicing. If you rejoice, everyone's a good deed. You have no chance of gaining or coming in your mind those emotions. So must rejoice. One reason that one, because the rejoice is the antidote of the jealousy. 2, when you rejoice, you get same benefit. There's a story. I mean, this is Buddha's time. Most of you heard this story. Buddha's time, King Ajatashatru offered Buddha and all his 7-day lunch, 7-day meal offering. And there's one old beggar. She comes because after offering to all the Bodhisattva, leftover give to the beggar, poor people. This is particularly Indian culture. They do lots of time around the temple. So there one old lady, she's fully rejoiced, purely rejoicing to the king. She said, this king is really fortunate, have great accumulated merit in the past life, that way have this wealth and have chance to offering to the Buddha and his disciple, this kind of offering. So she purely rejoiced to the king. So Buddha's tradition, after the meal is finished, he always asks, is there have a particular way to dedicate this merit? So Buddha asked him to tricky question. I think this is the reason Buddha want to give us these teachings. Tricky question, said to king, should I dedicate this merit to you, or should I dedicate this merit to whoever made the greatest merit from this offering? So king thought, I'm the sponsor. I should be who make the greatest merit from this offering. So king said, please dedicate it for the whoever make greatest merit from this offering. So Buddha dedicated to that old lady who's baking the food. She herself is part of the baking food. But she have a pure rejoice. And king, because he's a sponsor, he have a little bit arrogant. So that arrogant make his offering is less merit than her rejoice. But then second day, Buddha asked same question. Now he's a king, they have to be really careful what they say. So he cannot change his, tune. So he have a pride and he says same things. Buddha did dedication, same dedication. Gone 6 days. The end of the 6th day, king was really worried that tomorrow is the last day. If I don't receive the dedication, then I get nothing from this offering. So the king was so worried. And minister said, I have an idea. Don't worry. I will take care of this. So what he did is after offering to the Buddha and his retinue, they throw the level of food, not give to the beggar. Then she got really upset, that old lady. She got really upset. Why do this one? They wasted the food, don't give it us. You have no chance to rejoice. So because of that, and finally king got dedication. Last day. So that is showing us how powerful if we rejoice someone's merit, whatever they do. As long as they're doing something good, we must rejoice. It will get us a great benefit. So that reason Buddha always said, rejoice to the other's merit. So that one is second. Or the third, sorry. Then the fourth one is generating bodhicitta. We must generate bodhicitta. Generating bodhicitta is not just only following to the ceremony. Sometimes people think just receive the ceremony, said, oh, I have bodhicitta. Bodhisattva vow. It takes a long time. A teacher took more than 10 years to train the bodhicitta. He was already a great master. It takes a long time to train the being bodhicitta. It's not easy, but that way it's called the bodhisattva. Sattva means the hero. Why is called the hero? Because it's really difficult to do. Feeding yourself is easy, but when try to feed someone, it's not easy. And you try to feed someone stranger, it's much more difficult. Then when you try to feed your enemy, it's much more difficult. Bodhisattva means you have to do all those things. Make sense? Yeah, so it's not easy, but more you do, harder, more difficult things you do, you accumulate the more merit. Can make sense? Yeah. Great benefit come from there. So that reason we have to generate a bodhicitta. One thing is that one. Two things, the most important part is this is a Vajrayana. Yeah. We practice in Vajrayana. Vajrayana means that inviting the deity within us. It means that we are transforming to the deity. You become a deity, basically. So what is the deity? Deity means the bodhicitta. Deity manifests because of the bodhicitta. So if you don't have a bodhicitta and you visualize it as a deity yourself, it's like a soulless body. There's no soul. Make sense? You must need bodhicitta. His Eminence Lamgir Rinpoche said, without the bodhicitta, if you practice the peaceful deity, you will maybe born to the god realm, those like peaceful god realms, like desire god realms. If you practice a wrathful deity, you have a really good chance to be born in the evil spirit. This is true. That way, by physically look, you cannot distinguish which one is evil, which one is a deity. Both look scary. Different is one have a bodhicitta, one is a lack of bodhicitta. Make sense? So that way, wrathful means with the bodhicitta. You can see wrathful manifests because of the compassion. Without the compassion, if there's a manifestation of wrathful, it means the real wrathful. It's just evil. So that way Rinpoche said, if you practice the wrathful deity without the bodhicitta, you really have good chance to reborn in the evil spirit. I'm not saying this one, I'm quoting from the Rinpoche's teachings. If you want to know that one, you can read his commentary on the Ngondo, on the bodhicitta teachings. That is already English, a book is already English. So that reason, bodhicitta is the soul of the deity, heart of the deity. Deity are manifest because of the bodhicitta. So they are an embodiment of the bodhicitta, embodiment of the compassion. Yeah. So it's a necessity to generate the bodhicitta. For the becoming deity yoga practitioner. Adisha, the name of the path, said, wisdom without the method, bondage. It means you're stuck. So wisdom without the method is talking about the wisdom, but no method of great compassion, which is the bodhicitta. So bodhicitta is a necessity to especially a Vajrayana practitioner. Otherwise, when we have a divine pride of the deity, it's just an ordinary pride. Oh, I'm a wonderful, I'm a deity, So they are not different, special pride of the deity, divine pride or anything. It's just ordinary conceptual of a pride. So we have to generate a bodhicitta. There is two types of bodhicitta: aspiration bodhicitta and action bodhicitta. Yeah. So the reason, if you really truly want to learn about the bodhicitta, you must read Ornament of the Mahayana Sutra by Asanga. That text has a great instruction on the bodhicitta, and all the Mahamudra practitioner must follow on that text, because we call the Mahamudra lineage, Kagyu lineage, is called the lineage of the compounded of the two lineage of the Kadamba and Mahamudra. So Kadamba lineage means the mind training of the bodhicitta. That all the Adisha tradition of the mind training of the bodhicitta is based on the ornament of the Mahayana Sutra by Asanga or Buddhamitriya. So we have to train our bodhicitta according to that text. And also, if you don't have that much time on those, then you can receive the teaching on the mind training, like 7-point mind training and 8 verse of mind training. There are lots of different mind trainings. Yeah. Okay, then the last one is a dedication. Whatever we do, the slice merit, we must dedicate it without the interruption of any kind of emotion, especially negative emotion. Because if you dedicate it, even you have anger, yeah, angry, it's not going to destroy your merit. But if you're not dedicated, if whole day you practice Dharma, one single moment of anger can destroy it. Shantideva said, one single moment's anger can destroy the 100 eons merit. So just whole day waste. So we must dedicate it that one. So once dedicated, unless you have a wrong view, you're not going to destroy it. So this 5, called the 5 branch of the Tantra Vajrayana, through this 5 branch through, we accumulate the merit. Similar like a 7 lamb offering in the Sutra tradition. In the Sutra, they use a 7 lamb. So I try to take time on those subject because I think preparation or building the foundation of the actually empowerment is I think important. So these are called the foundation of the practice. Without the foundation, your practice not become stable. Some people give up easily their Dharma practice because their fundamental foundation is not strong enough. So one small condition, give up the Dharma. Make sense? If you make the really strong fundamental condition, no matter what difficulty comes, you are not going to give up the Dharma. And hardship will come. The road cannot be smooth, always be difficulty. Lots of difficulty comes. If you look the past masters' life story, how hardship they went through. So at that time, and it become a more stable our practice if we would build the foundation as a really strong. Make sense? So that reason I think this accumulation of merit is really important. Lots of time, it's including that. I mean, it's not necessary to talk here. Lots of time when we come to the daily yoga practice, we just rush to the above one. It's so fast and go to the mantra. Then you recite the mantra. You think the mantra will give you all the power. Yeah. Actually, when you recite the mantra, it's like go to shopping. But before you go to shopping, what do you have to do?
Earn the money.
Earn the money. So how to earn the money is through the accumulation of a merit. So if your bank account is empty, then how you go to shopping? Really, mantra is recite the mantra is basically asking deity to do this. Like you asking to the people who work in the shop saying, give me this. They only give you if you pay the bill. Make sense? So same thing is deity will only can give you your wish, whatever you asking is if you have a merit. Only fulfill your prayer, only fulfill your wish if there is a support of the merit. Make sense? So that reason this accumulation of merit, those are kind of important. So that reason I try to take a little bit time on this and to talk. So by this, we received the mind initiation of the Vajrasattva and purified all the negative karma and obscuration of our mind. And we received the permission to now on meditate on the Vajrasattva's mind, which is the union of the emptiness and compassion. So basically, we said called the empowerment. Empowerment means the I think maybe better use initiation, or permission that we receive now on some degree of permission to do something that we're not allowed to do. So through these three blessings of the Vajra, body, speech, and mind of the Vajrasattva, now we are permitted to visualize as our body as a Vajrasattva's body. We allow to recite the speech as a Vajrasattva mantra, and we allow to visualize as the mind as a Vajrasattva's wisdom mind, which is the union of the or another way is called from the ordinary to transform to the three Vajras. It's called the Vajra body, Vajra speech, Vajra mind. So what is the Vajra body mean? When we have an ordinary conceptual, just body. But when that is called the union of the appearance and emptiness, it's become a Vajra body. Indestructible. And union of the sound and emptiness is called the Vajra speech. And union of the thought and emptiness is called the Vajra mind. So ordinary, appearance can be destroyed because it's just appearance. But when it's a union of the emptiness, there's no way to can disturb. Like, for example, if you try to destroy it, try to cut that, for example, try to cut the rainbow. You cannot cut the rainbow. Yeah. Same as a appearance and emptiness is like that, undestructible. So that is what is mean the undestructible. Long as we have this ordinary conceptual, and it is always be impermanent. But when that is become, union with the empty and emptiness, and it's become indestructible. That way, our body transform to the three Vajra. So Vajra body, Vajra speech, Vajra mind, through this initiation to meditating. Now on, we from the ordinary to becoming Vajrayana practitioner. Yeah, because our three doors are transformed to the Vajra. Vajra body, Vajra speech, Vajra mind. So that is what is mean the Vajrayana practitioner. Make sense? Yeah. So in the three times by myself, all being in the samsara and nirvana, my virtue. May I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious light. May the teaching of the great Tikkun Vajrasattva, whose omniscient Lord of the Dharma, Master of Independence, continuing through practice, contemplation, meditation, until the end of time. Chanchu Sem Joy Rinpoche Manje Banai Je Joy Che Ye Bai Nyam Bai Mem Bai Ya Kone Kondo Pe Wai Sho Chanchu Sem Joy Rinpoche Manje Banai Je Joy Je Bai Nyam Bai Mem Bai Ya Kone Kondo Pe Wai Sho Chanchu Sem Joy Rinpoche Manje Banai Je Joy Je Bai Nyam Bai Mem Bai Ya Kone Kondo Pe Wai Sho. Thank you.